Hi, it's Shane here from ITTN and I'm back with yet another one of our coffee break videos. This time I'm sitting down with the lovely Jennifer Callister from Royal Caribbean. She's going to give us a little bit of an update on booking trends for this year, next year, and as well as the two new incredible ships they've got joining the RCI fleet this year. Anyway, kick back, grab a coffee and see how we get on. Jennifer, great to see you again.
Lovely to see you, Shane. Thanks for asking me to come along today.
So there's been lots going on with Royal Caribbean over the last kind of few weeks since, I suppose, the last time we spoke. You know, you had the shipyard launch and then you also were just back from the seminar at sea.
Yes, indeed. So we had this seminar at sea, which is the biggest seminar at sea we've ever had, and it was across the whole of EMEA. We had 310 travel agents on board Symphony of the Seas, and we sailed for 5 days and we disembarked in Rome. So it was a real immersive experience for all these agents. And we had 20 agents from Ireland on, so it was an amazing experience, and as well as classroom time, we had a lot of immersive activities on board the ship, like scavenger hunts, and there were games and activities. So the travel agents were really immersed in the ship, and also they went to see the shows. They were able to get off on some of the ports and go and do excursions. So they really felt like that they were a customer on the ship, and we'll be doing more of these in the future.
Brilliant, and you mentioned that you got to check out some of the entertainment. Now, when I was on Wonder of the Seas, I was blown away by the scale and the quality, and it was like something I'd never seen before.
Absolutely, and one of the big shows on Symphony is Hairspray, the musical Hairspray, and it really was equivalent to any Broadway style show that you'd see in the West End or in Broadway in New York. It was fabulous, and the travel agents were just blown away by it, and also by our Aqua Theatre, which is our outdoor show, which is against a backdrop of, you know, aerobatics. We also have amazing divers that are world-class divers in this show, so it's a really unique experience.
Yeah, and like that aqua show, that's the one where they use, isn't it, like Olympic swimmers?
Yes, absolutely. So they've swimmers, synchronized swimming and diving as well from huge heights, so incredible experience. The travel agents really enjoy the experience on board Symphony of the Seas. So Icon of the Seas, our brand new class of ship. We haven't had a new class in the last 10 years. So Icon's coming into the fleet later on this year, and she's going to be sailing from Miami from the 27th of January, doing 7 nights, East and West Caribbean, and all of them will be going to our private island in the Bahamas, CocoCay. But this ship is going to be like no other. It really is a destination in itself. It's multi-generational, it's for everybody, but obviously for families there's a huge amount of activities on board. There'll be just under 10,000 people with guests and staff on board, about 7,600 guests. And what's unique about this, it's going to have 8 neighbourhoods on board, which is fantastic. One of them is called Thrill Island, and that is going to have the biggest water park at sea with 6 slides in it called Category 6. And then we've Surfside, which is a whole neighbourhood dedicated to families. So that will be a place where families will go to for the day. So Adventure Ocean, our kids club is there, plus all our teen zone areas are there as well. There'll be loads of activities there, as well as restaurant and bar options there, all geared towards families. So we believe that families will go and spend the day there. We also have 7 pools on this ship, and some of them are incredible. One of them is called the Hideaway, and that is a suspended infinity pool, suspended 65 feet up into the air, which is amazing. And I love the name of the next pool, which is called Swim and Tonic. So that is the biggest swim-up pool bar at sea, and they're going to have a resident DJ there. So that's going to be like a club vibe. You know, when you go on holidays and you go to a club for the day, that will have a club scene there. And then we've got Cloud 17, which is just for adults. So for those that want something a little quieter on the 17 deck. And then finally, we'll have the Royal Bay, which is going to be the biggest pool at sea with 40,000 gallons of water in it. So incredible. She really is well under construction at the moment. She's coming into the fleet, you know, within the end, but before the end of the year. So we're only talking about a couple of months away. seeing how Icon is developing.
Yeah, like, I can't wait to see it, like after seeing like Wonder and like the sheer size of it, and this is kind of bigger again.
I know.
With more activities again.
Exactly.
Like,
so Icon of the Seas is really going to be really iconic. It's going to be a different class and very much a different destination. So that's next year's sailing, but we also have another Oasis Class ship coming into the fleet next May called Utopia of the Seas, and that's an Oasis Class ship. That will be our 6th ship in that class. So that's 2 brand new ships coming into the fleet next year. So really, really exciting times in the cruise industry. And the other thing around sort of booking trends, we're seeing, we really are experiencing, you know, a boom in bookings. Really, we're just in the lates market now for anyone that wants to get away this summer, but it's pretty much full. But where we are seeing, the states have lifted the vaccination requirements last week, so we're definitely seeing a uplift in cruises to the States and also the Caribbean. We're seeing Asia coming in as well, which is fantastic. And I think people are just getting a bit more confident going further afield. And just 2 other areas as well. Alaska, the back end of the season, we've 4 ships in Alaska, so we're seeing some interest there as well. And also we have a world cruise, believe it or not, sailing early December on Serenade of the Seas. That's 274-night cruise. So that went on sale as a whole itinerary, and then it was broken down into expeditions, 4 separate itineraries. And over the last couple of weeks, we have launched 7, so we've broken it down even further, 17 itineraries, and they are starting to resonate well with the Irish consumers. They're really different itineraries, so we've got South America, we've got Asia, and they're really, really good value, and they're anything from, you know, they're fairly long, sort of 10 to 14 night itineraries. So we're seeing some interest in that world cruise as well. So brilliant. If you have 274 nights free, Shane, that's the one to go on. So really exciting times for cruising. Cruising is definitely back, and you know, we are really excited to have our 2 new ships come into the fleet next year.
That's brilliant. Thanks so much for taking the time to give us that brilliant update on Royal Caribbean.
Thanks, Shane.